Hello, Disney Infinity Trainers. Welcome back to another episode of our Honoring the Top 16 series here on iStarly TV. This is a series where we honor the top 16 characters in our Disney Infinity Games tournament. Now, Elsa has made it this far in the series. She's been doing pretty well for herself, and she definitely wants to keep going. So today we're going to look at her skill tree, look at her previous matchups, and then talk about some potential matchups for round 4 so we can try to speculate and see how she might do in round 4. Now, it's worth noting that Elsa is the last character on my quote-unquote team. I have 8 characters in the top 16 and Dieter has 8, so Elsa is the 8th of mine. And soon this week we'll be getting into all of Dieter's 8 characters that comprise the top 16. So Elsa is an interesting one. She is a 1.0 character. She is one of 4 1.0 characters in the top 16 right now. So a fourth of the top 16 is 1.0. And I believe half of them are 3.0. So pretty interesting stuff going on here. In round 1, Elsa fought against her sister Anna in a pretty interesting match. It was actually pretty close, but in the end, Elsa was able to freeze her sister, kind of like in the movie, and her sister wasn't able to let it go, so now they're actually not talking anymore, unfortunately. So the Disney Infinity Games actually ruins friendships, unfortunately, between these two characters, so sorry about that. Round 2, Elsa fought against Sorcerer Mickey. Sorcerer Mickey is an interesting character. He doesn't usually do fantastically in the games, but sometimes he surprises us, and against Elsa, he didn't surprise us. She actually blew him away. I think she kind of destroyed him, and it wasn't a very close match. Now in round 3, Elsa fought against Rocket Raccoon, one of Dieter's all-time favorite characters, and in similar fashion, she was able to easily destroy him. So she's been making a pretty big name for herself by destroying enemies very quickly. Now, will that continue in round 4? I'm not sure. But I think it's helpful for us to kind of assess where she is with her powers. So let's take a look at that skill tree. So if you take a look here, you can see that Elsa has a lot going on as far as health is concerned. She has 3 health boosts in addition to health regeneration. Now, that hasn't really come in handy just yet for her because in her previous 2 rounds, she basically, decimated her opponent, so she didn't really need it. I think that this could be a big factor for her in round 4. Now, as far as mobility goes, she actually runs fairly quickly, and that's about it here. Now, these are team player and team player upgrade abilities, which obviously are the exact opposite of what we want in the Disney Infinity Games series because we're fighting against each other. We're not trying to heal each other or help each other, so those are not worth investing in for us. And lastly, because she's a 1.0 character and she has very simple skills, she just has maxed out damage input for her melee attacks. Her melee is not a combo. She doesn't like punch and kick. She kind of just like flings ice at the opponent. I'll go ahead and show it right now. But she's a pretty simple character overall. And so I think the way she's been winning is because her ranged attack is kind of dumb. She's one of those ranged characters in the games that causes a lot of controversy. Let's take a look. Let's go ahead and spawn a couple dudes here. And let's freeze them. So literally she freezes the opponent in everything she does. That's almost Tinkerbell levels of broken. Not only that, but she heals health over time, whereas Tinkerbell actually has to manually do it. Not jackally, manually. Now, is Elsa broken? I don't think she's broken. She doesn't have a lot of health, so I think a powerful opponent like Hulkbuster could smash her to pieces. Even Joy could be a good match for Elsa. I think that would be a good matchup to see for sure because they're both annoying ranged characters. Oh, how'd you get over here, Iron Man? You're supposed to be in there. That's awkward. Okay, let's throw him at the wall. Oh, did it work? Oh, I threw him in there. That's cool. All right, sorry about that. So Elsa, she's got some powerful ranged capabilities, and the fact that she can freeze her opponents, I think, is a pretty big deal. And it's kind of narrow though. She can't really aim. Okay, maybe she can. Okay, but it's a small little bolt. So all the opponent needs to do is dodge a lot, and then get the better of her by attacking her from all angles. Sometimes they can possibly render her immobile, if they can maybe corner her or something. Now, again, as I'm going to keep mentioning, keep in mind that this is an interior arena, so it's going to be a lot smaller. She's not going to have a lot of places to run, and I think that could either help her or hinder her. I think she's one of those characters where it's going to come down to whoever plays better in that match and whatever goes right for her or her opponent. So it's anyone's game. Now let's talk about good matchups and bad matchups for Elsa. I think, like I mentioned, Hulkbuster will be a bad matchup for her, and possibly Groot and Yoda. Now, if you're noticing a pattern, Hulkbuster, Groot, and Yoda are probably three of the most mentioned characters on my end that I'm afraid of. That's because they're all very, very good characters. The other ones I feel are pretty beatable. Now, good matchups for Elsa. Minnie. If you're also noticing another pattern, Minnie seems to be a consensus easy matchup for almost all of the characters, but we've learned in the Disney Infinity games to never underestimate anyone, so it's anyone's game. And I think if I've learned anything in doing these honoring the top 16 videos and doing the series as a whole, it's that you should never expect anything in the series, because sometimes your expectations are just going to be, frozen. So I hope you enjoyed this series, the series isn't over yet. We'll be doing Dieter's characters very soon. Dieter has characters such as Joy, Hulkbuster, Chewbacca, Minnie, Jessie, Yoda, Jack Skellington, and Groot. So if you're looking forward to those, let us know in the comments. Also, let us know what you think about Elsa. How far do you think she'll make it? Do you think her abilities are too powerful, or do you think she's beatable? Also, who do you want to see her fight against in round 4? Now, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Now, please feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Also, if you'd like to see more, there is a full playlist of honoring the top 16 in the description, and there is the full playlist of the Disney Infinity games as well. So you can go ahead and check that out in case you've missed any of the fights. We'll see you next time. Elsa is going to go get her hair did.